They said let Papa H cook. Put him to sleep. Come on, Loon. Come on, Loon. Come on, Loon. Put it into it. Put it into it, Loon. Put it into it, Loon, in front of his kid, Loon. Vince would have definitely dubbed him.
Jey Uso's out. Jey Uso is out, I believe.
Say you swear to God!
Gunther becomes the new world champion.
Let's go.
Here is your winner and the new world
Or
heavyweight
has returned to being right. He has righted his wrongs. I needed to let Papa H cook. We back.
He knows he was in a fight tonight, a massive fight with a very game and valiant, courageous Jey Uso.
Oh my God!
But at the end of the day, Gunther is once again,
yes,
for the second time in his
yes,
career, a world heavyweight.
Beautiful work
champion.
tonight.
Jey Uso's just done too much.
I feel as though I earned this. I earned this tonight, goddamn. We all earned this tonight. We back. And my boy Goon, once again, is champion. My guy, Big Wound, is back in his rightful spot as champion. Tonight we're going to be reviewing a 10 out of 10 episode of Monday Night Raw. Tonight's Raw was fantastic. Starting off with actually a pretty good promo segment between John Felix Anthony Sr. Jr. and CM Punk. Love the way the show started. Cena came out to completely bury R-Truth, completely destroy that guy. And he said, hey, you guys think that you have power. You guys wanted a complete joke to return back. Congratulations. You got him. But instead, how about you put that same effort into rooting for a challenger for me? You guys rooted for Truth. You rooted for Cody. You rooted for Randy. And I beat them all. Find me a challenger. I fuck with Cena. Me. And then I made the call of a lifetime. Right on cue. I said, how about CM Punk? And his music hit. We got clips for those.
I have shut your mouth and beaten your best.
Send them Punk. Yo. I couldn't time that any better if I tried it myself. If I set that up myself, I couldn't have timed it any better. Holy shit. Oh shit. That's hilarious. Man, when Punk came out, I couldn't stop laughing. I don't know how. I laughed for a good while. However, CM Punk came out and cut what I believe was his best promo since he's returned. CM Punk had me hook, line, and sinker on his promo. Completely undressing Cena. And I love that Cena just had no retort. Now, Cena in his mind, and you can see his face, he's just laughing because he's like, I wish I can respond to this. Like, he just couldn't hold it back. He couldn't. But we got to pay homage to CM Punk completely destroying what John Cena has become. And letting you know, hey, I'm no company guy. I'm not here to ring that bell of the company. I'm sorry, I like the smell of good things. I'm not here to ring the bell of the company. Not my job. But I know the power of that title. And what that title once did to me, it turned me into a monster. I see it's already doing it to you. But that title doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the people. In order for me to get that off of you, I have to become the monster that can beat the monster. I do this absolutely zero justice. Zero justice. This is a promo that you do need to go out of your way to go watch. However, John Cena did get a chance to respond. And this wasn't like some pipe bomb or anything. He just said, you're not going to get your title shot tonight, because that's when Punk wants his title shot. Of course, all the baby faces want their title shot tonight. And of course, all the heels are never going to give you the title shot tonight. Never happens that way. Go figure. However, this is a gem, because he said, I'll give you this title shot in Saudi Arabia at Night of Champions. The thing that's going to go over people's heads as to why he said at Saudi Arabia at Night of Champions. One, they have history at Night of Champions, but that's not the point. The bigger point is, and people aren't going to realize this because if you don't know, like, all of the lore behind the CM Punk and his whole thing about how he was shitting on WWE, his thing was he wants nothing to do with that Saudi blood money. So Cena tells him, in order for you to get this title off of me, you're going to have to go against your own morals. Come to Saudi Arabia and come get it off of me. Oh. The lore behind that was beautiful. Now, typically I would say, all right, I get it. You know, you ain't supposed to dig that deep into it. It's not usually that deep. No. This was a shot. Let's not say that this was a shot. This is a sellout shot for sure. But this is a way to protect CM Punk from all of the people on the internet. Oh man, Punk said that he would never want blood money and he don't never want to go to Saudi and all of that. They gave it a built-in excuse. You want the title. You said that this title is for the people. This is the people's title. And in order for you to get the people's title back, you got to go to where you don't want to go to get it. So they gave him a built-in excuse. They did this perfectly. They did this perfectly. And I'm like, man, I was hoping that we would get CM Punk versus John Cena to close out John Cena's run. But this does make so much sense. It just makes a lot of sense. I love it. I hate that it's coming so early. But it's like, man, it's like we're getting PLEs every week, it feels like. Jesus, this one is coming up in a couple of weeks. Like, it ain't that far out. So prepare. We'll be here for it. Seth Rollins comes out with his goons. Whoa. Respect to goon. Respect to wound. With his peoples. Just to remind them, hey, I got the briefcase. The following segment, we got AJ Styles versus Chad Gable in a nothing match that ended with a horrible Styles clash that I thought that Chad Gable was surely going to kick out of, and he did not. Like, this guy is destroyed. Come on. There's nothing to talk about here. The match felt like two old guys going at it. Like, it felt like it just dragged for me. It just dragged. If you like this match, Godspeed. I love that for you. Me personally, no, I'm cool. They had this match 8 years ago. I started doing a deep dive in. When's the last time that these two crossed paths? Because I was looking at this like, did they ever wrestle each other? But yeah, they had a few matches. They had one in 2023. They had one in 2023. They had one in 2022. And they also had one in 2017. It just feels like they've never wrestled before, but we don't need to see this one again. I'm cool on it. Up next, we had the Queen of the Rings Fatal 4-Way qualifier match. Yeah, we're about to get hit with an onslaught of Fatal 4-Way matches. Like, this is going to be ridiculous. Like, we got to find more creative ways to have qualifying matches. Like, please? Pretty please? Man, this is like the Hunter special. Jesus. So we have Roxanne. I'm not going to remember the name, so I'm going to look. I have notes today. I got notes. We got Roxanne, Rhea Ripley, Kairi Sane, and Liv Morgan, which I thought was a pretty good match. The work that Liv Morgan and Roxanne did together really fit them as a tandem. I like the alliance between them. Also, I kind of took note. This felt like a 3-on-1. because Kairi Sane would not let up on Rhea Ripley. Wouldn't let up on her. And throughout this match, I was stuck wondering. I said, man, both Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan are not old at all. I think Rhea Ripley's about 28 and Liv Morgan's 30. They still, if they stay in the WWE throughout their career, we still got another possible 8 to 10 years with these women. So this feud between them two, they're going to be stuck at the hip. They're going to be each other's Batman to each other's Joker. Hey, you ain't got to love it, but you're going to have to live with it because they're staying together. Love that it's another match that Rhea Ripley doesn't Hulk Hogan her way through, even though everybody did well here. Everybody did well in this match. Kairi Sane, she didn't feel like an afterthought. She actually performed very well in this match. She got a lot of offense in. As did, literally everybody got their shit in. And I love it. However, before this, we had a little backstage segment between Roxanne and Liv in which she said, hey, I'm here to help you out. And Liv is like, kind of having nothing of it. And Roxanne, hey, may the best woman win. I'm still going to be there for you. And Liv's, hey, the best one will. Cool. Liv gets absolutely destroyed with the insane elbow, and she is outselling. Kairi goes for a pin, and that thing gets, this chick, Roxanne, jumps over her head with the roll up to counter Kairi's pin and get the 1, 2, 3, all while Liv is completely knocked out. So I'm like, man, Liv's going to be livid. No pun intended. Liv's going to be livid, but she doesn't really have a leg to stand on because she was dead. Absolutely selling death. I love the match. I was surprised by the outcome because as I'm watching, I'm like, I don't know who's going to win this. I genuinely had no clue who was going to win, which is a good thing. I think a few of these matches, you really don't know who's going to win. But having Roxanne be the one to win surprised to me, and I'm not mad at it. They're going to continue to spotlight some of the newer talent, and I think that that's an excellent move. Following that, we had a Becky Lynch segment in which Becky Lynch comes out and says, hey, Lyra's just so disrespectful. All I wanted her to do was just raise my hand, put the belt on me. I was a little hurt. I couldn't, my other arm was hurt. I just needed her to put the belt around my waist and just raise my hand. And she was disrespectful and she attacked me and tried to kill me. That's what Becky said. Like, oh, shoot, we can say kill on Netflix. Salute to that. Out comes Lyra, and she's walking like somebody just went crazy on her in the back. Like, her walk was kind of wild. But quickly, out came Bayley to attack Becky from behind. Hey, I'm cool with that. I would have thought that Lyra would have ran in there and got her some, so that way she's still a part of the picture. But Becky, right? That's the girl's name. But Becky bailed. And she had her back to Lyra, and she bumps into Lyra. Lyra gives her a little something before they go on to the next segment. Now, I'm glad that Lyra didn't let it all just go and just go in favor of Bayley, because it completely overshadows her. She loses her title, one, but then you don't want it to feel like she's just being pushed out of it. This is still her belt. She lost the belt, yeah. But this is still hers. Bayley and Becky are going to battle for it, but I think ultimately when this is all said and done, that title might go back to Lyra. But this is all to really push the prestige that they're trying to add to this title. And I think that this is good. It doesn't undermine Lyra. And it's not to say like Lyra couldn't make this thing important. She's done a good job at making this thing important enough for a main event. I almost said diva. We got Nikki Bella back. A main event woman to actually put her eyes on it and want it. And now you have Bayley, another horsewoman, put her eyes on it. Well, not on it, but on Becky, who has the title. And now her eyes are probably going to be on that title. This thing is just going to keep going around with big names, and it's going to fully establish Lyra. It's going to fully establish that Intercontinental title. And we don't even really need too many more cooks in this division for it. We can hot potato this thing right here amongst these three. And I mean, not hot potato, but you could tell a really good story with this. And I think that they're doing a good job, man. Hey, I'm not at a 10 for 10 because that Gable and AJ match was trash. All right, moving along. The R-Truth segment. We gotta do it. You people, wait. That's what they say about black people. All right. For those of you people that went out all on a limb, want R-Truth back, what was this? Why would you fire R-Truth? What was this about? He was over, XYZ, buzz, blah. I get it. I felt that way too. I was bothered because I'm like, why would you why would you not extend this guy's contract? Even if you want, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much of a pay cut were we talking about? I got a feeling this shit might have been like an 80% pay cut. But, like, you know what I mean? So people thought, okay, we got R-Truth back. They were hyped for it. And something told me at Money in the Bank, when he came out in all black and he looked serious, I said, oh, you're not getting R-Truth back. You're not getting him back. As a matter of fact, in my stream, I even called him Ron Killings. And I don't know why I called him Ron Killings. Like, they weren't saying Ron Killings or anything like that when he first came out. Like, when he came out, he still had the hood on. I said, oh, that's Ron Killings, because I saw his back. I said, that's Ron Killings. I don't know why I said it. I don't know why I didn't say R-Truth. Then they go in the direction of Ron Killings. And as soon as they did, I said, you guys are not getting back the R-Truth that you thought you were getting back. And lo and behold, R-Truth comes out, stands up on the announce table, still got the black hoodie on, takes it off. He had on the shiesty. This isn't R-Truth. He jumps out there and he cut with someone let me know in my stream. This is almost in the same vein of the 2002 TNA promo that Ron Killings had when he repackaged himself as Ron the Truth Killings, letting people know about, he was going to be establishing himself as the truth, and that's where it all started. And I'm like, well, I'll be damned. I only remember bits and pieces of that promo, but for him to bring that up, like, on the spot, was beautiful. But he was right. That promo is in the same vein of that. He's reestablishing himself as, I'm a serious guy, and we're getting back to the truth. So here's the problem. The R-Truth that people wanted back is not the R-Truth that people are getting back. So you got him back, but is this Triple H's way of sticking it to you? Also, is the cutting of the dreads his humiliation ritual in order to keep his job at the salary that he might have wanted it at? No, I don't want to get into the conspiracy theories about it, but what I will say is no, Triple H, this was not a work. This was not a work. This was not part of the show. Granted, it became part of the show, but that whole thing of we're not going to be renewing his contract, that wasn't part of the show at all. Next, we had, all right, see, now this next part right here. Yeah, we got to drop it. We know went from about a 9.5 to about a 9, maybe like an 8.5 with this next match, man. This fatal 4-way between Sami Zayn, Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, and Penta. With these 4 names, I expect a fire match. Top to bottom, absolutely fire match. This match was kind of dry. The beginning, I want to say the first 3 quarters of this match was pretty dry. And I think it's because Braun Breaker was the one that was in control and he did everything slow. I mean, outside of when he's running to the ropes so that he could just run somebody over, cool. But when it came to him doing like his actual work, it's like he was moving in slow motion. Like, this guy's in molasses. Didn't care about Sami Zayn won. That dropped it. But not only did that drop it, LA Knight came out. Somebody who I said I'm done with. I gave him a chance. I stuck my neck out for you people so that I could support you in your love of LA Knight, and he let me down. It's over for him. And what does he do? He comes out on Raw and attacks Braun Breaker. And Sami Zayn wins. Oh, my God, no. Oh, no, we can't have nice things. Who would I have wanted to win this match? Again, I had no clue. I had nothing. Tonight's Raw, they said let Papa H cook. I had nothing. I couldn't guess a thing tonight. And I love that for me. Backstage segment with Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn. All right, look. At some point, these two got to scrap. That's where we're going with this. At some point, they have to wrestle. At some point, Karrion Kross got to get in the goddamn, get in the ring, beloved. Why can't beloved get in the ring? What? See, all this we want truth, and people, Karrion Kross, he's selling the most merch. Karrion Kross, he's over. Everybody wants Karrion Kross. I ain't heard a we want Kross chant yet. I ain't seen a hashtag we want Kross Nathan, and that man ain't sniffing the ring. He don't know what the ring smell like. He don't know. But what I will tell you that it smells like is Nikki Bella and Liv Morgan. They came out, but before they did, we finally got a video package that's letting us know that the Empress of Tomorrow is returning. Please make her last run worth it. I'm begging. We got Io. Io is doing phenomenal work. Can we please come? It's Asuka. You know what I'm saying? The same way that Xavier Woods wants us to get on our knees and thank God. I'm not going to get on my knees, but I'm going to get close enough to my knees, and I'm going to pray to God that we can get the correct run out of Asuka. It's her last. Do it for me. I've been letting you simmer in that kitchen for 2 years. Don't take this from me. God damn. Nikki Bella comes out. I didn't care. She wanted to put over the Evolution pay-per-view that's coming. Is it Evolution or Revolution? One of them Lutions. That pay-per-view that's coming out. And all right, that's cool, I guess. You know, let's be ready for it. But out of all of the names that she wanted to announce, that she wanted to put over, because these women are all carrying the women's division and turning it into what it has become today, she failed to mention Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan's music hits, and she came out on crash out energy. Turn my music off. She didn't even want to hear her music when she came out. She was ready to crash out. Skip what? What? Okay, go crazy. Go crazy. Jumps in there, lets you know, hey, I have everything. I understand why you didn't want to say my name. I understand what this whole thing is about. I have everything that you've ever wanted. I've won championships. I've set records. I have she has a man. That would have been crazy. I almost caught me lacking. Almost got caught. But yeah, she has a man. So Nikki is jealous. Anyway, it was a pretty good retort by Liv Morgan. I don't know what the other girl, Nikki Bella, said. I don't know. But what I do know is she ate that Oblivion at the end. I popped. That was. Let's get Nikki Bella the fuck out of here. Let's go. But you know, she might have to eat a pin. But they're probably gonna have their match at Revolution, Evolution, somebody's Lucian. They're probably gonna have their match there. Which, all right, cool, whatever, do your thing. I just hope that Liv doesn't have to stare at the lights after that. And finally, what we've all been waiting for. Oh yeah, it's time to glaze. Yes, it is. It's time to glaze, man. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That boy, yo, let me say this. When Goon comes out, I ain't even like the way he came out looking like he had no confidence. He came out looking naked. He ain't have no belt around his waist. Goon just don't look right without a belt. He just don't. It's like watching Hulk Hogan come out in the 80s and 90s and not having a belt. It just don't look right. Even Macho Man, it's like seeing these people with no belt. Like what? Like it looks like he's undressed. He looks uncomfortable. He looks embarrassed. Like, why does he not have a belt? And then Jey Uso comes out, and when they said he was flanked by his kid, I said, uh-oh. Something's up. So I didn't expect him to lose. Raw tonight gave me a lot of things that I just was not expecting at all. And I'm going to have my reaction here. Y'all need to feel this reaction. Y'all need to feel me on this reaction. Because they had me hook, line, and sinker. When his kid came out, I said, man, You know something that would be real dope? If while they're doing the announcements of who's wrestling in this match, I would love for Goon to just be staring at Jey Uso's kid the entire time, right? And just go out there and bludgeon him. All right, that might be taking it too far. Can't bludgeon a kid. That's cool. But I watched a lot of ECW in my day, and I think that it would have been actually pretty cool if we had a way in which Jey Uso's kid turned on Jey Uso. Whether it be to help Goon, or whether it be Jey beat Goon and Seth comes out and Seth gets Jay's kid to turn on Goon, a la Raven and Sandman, where Raven had Sandman's kid turn on Sandman and become a part of his flock. That would be lit. Why you gonna bring up the kid? Hey, you gonna bring out the kid? Let's use the kid. We didn't use the kid. However, he lost in front of his kid. Yo, they had me the whole match. I'm like, I didn't even like the way they framed it, because they was kind of framing it like Jey was dominating Goon. I'm like, huh? Part of the game is that. And then like Goon sees that Jay's ribs is hurt a little bit. Not from what Goon did, because Goon ain't have no offense. But Goon sees it and he capitalizes on it. I'm like, oh, don't tell me that they're going to try to make it play like the only way that Goon could get one up on Jey is if he's hurt. But no. They got away from it. Eventually, they got away from it. They had a straight up match. And then, you
have to go night-night, nigga. You have to go night-night, nigga.
Gotta go to sleep.
Can't move none of that. Fight back. I can't.
At some point, you gotta go to sleep. I couldn't be more happier. I couldn't be more proud. I finally got a taste of the supper. I finally got a taste of what Papa H was cooking, and it was good. It was good. The tears, the hurt people that hurt people on Twitter are hurt people. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And once again, WWE Heavyweight Champion